Hey everybody, welcome back fellow nostalgia aficionados. David Eon here in the Open by Chance Vintage Toy Museum with a little bit of a discussion talking about resellers in particular because of an incident that just occurred at an estate sale this past weekend. And I had shown some of my estate sale pickups in a recent video and alluded to that I had a story, and so I'm going to tell it to you today. Are you thrilled? I hope so. But anyways, putting it really simple, and it revolves around Rutherford III by Russ here, made in the 1980s, Rutherford III. This is where the story comes from. He came from an estate sale. So I go to this estate sale, and case in point, once upon a time, most estate sales were just run by the family. Obviously, you go around to various estate sales, and there's people just trying to clear out. Somebody died, and they need to get rid of the stuff, and they already cherry-picked what they wanted, and they turned it into a huge yard sale. But you don't see a lot of that anymore, where the family is operating it. Mostly what you see are professionally run estate sales with a service that comes out, has their so-called experts that price things, which essentially they just kind of flip through eBay and make up prices, same as like thrift stores, and often really seriously upcharge and overprice things, okay? And even these people have an attitude about resellers, which is going to be the meat of the story here, all right? So they had two things I was interested in: Rutherford and Dapper Dan. Do you remember Dapper Dan from Play School? Made in the 1970s and 1980s. It was the Dress Me doll, and he had a sister, and he had laces and buckles and buttons and zippers and things for coordination for little children. And they had a Dapper Dan there, and he wasn't in the best shape. He had rust stains on him. He had been exposed to moisture at some point. $45 they had on this thing, okay? And it was the last day of the estate sale. It was a 5-day estate sale, Wednesday through Sunday, and each day it got cheaper. And Sunday was 75% off, and even at 75% off, you're talking, what, $12.50 for Dapper Dan? And I'm like, that's not realistic for a damaged, loose Dapper Dan at all. I could find a better one for less than that. It's just the nostalgia of it being Dapper Dan that I was interested in. Usually they're only worth something if they're still packaged. There's so many Dapper Dans out there in various sizes because they came in different sizes. And I was like, that's outrageous. Even at 75% off, in the condition it was in, was not worth the price. They priced it out too far, as well as many other things that I was noticing there. An example was an Igloo cooler. It's probably a 2-foot wide red Igloo cooler. $100. So even it was used, even at 75% off. I'm not paying $25 for that cooler. You're kidding. And then there was this, okay, which I did end up buying. He had no price. So I asked, why not? Hey, how much is the monkey? There's no price on it. She was like, there's no price on it? And I'm like, no. Okay. Hey, are you a reseller? She asked me that. I'm like, is she asking me, challenging me? Are you a reseller? No. This is Rutherford. I have a few of these. I collect these, which is true. Oh, okay. I think he was 5. So yeah, just tell dude upstairs that he was 5, and it'll be 75% off. So $1.25 for Rutherford. I'll take it. Okay. But the fact that she felt challenged somehow and sat there and wanted to question if I had the intention of reselling the item when I purchased it. So if I said yes, was Rutherford suddenly going to be $20 instead of $5? You see what I'm saying? Because, we have to protect ourselves from the evil resellers. Evil resellers, right? We're supposed to protect ourselves, which is the lie the thrift stores tell you. And I'm going to put a link to that video at the end of this one. I already had a discussion on that. I used to work for a thrift store chain, okay? Them saying, I'm going to repeat what I said in that video, what I alluded to in that video. Them saying that they price things as high as they do because of resellers is a lie. They trained us to say that to people, to give an explanation as to why things were as expensive as they are. Okay? It's not the truth. They've been pricing themselves out like that for decades. For decades. This is not a new thing because, oh, people buy and sell things online now. And it has nothing to do with it. So again, would Rutherford have been $20 or whatever if I said I was? That's unrealistic. Especially since she's the reseller, okay? The estate sale people were the resellers. You were hired by that family to clear that house and to make some money, and you're getting a piece of that. That's why everything's priced out. It's got nothing to do with resellers. Don't play that game. And you're doing that family a disservice because we're the last day of the sale and the house is loaded, okay? Because you priced everything out so much, as I pointed out with Dapper Dan and the cooler, so much so that even at 75% off, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. So what's going to happen? You've done a disservice to that family because A, you couldn't make as much money as you probably could have because the bulk of clearing that house would have netted more profit than a handful of higher priced items. And two, you have done a disservice to that family because now they're still stuck with all that junk. What are they going to do now? They were relying on you to clear that house and you didn't do it. Okay? Simple as that. And it just strikes me, and the whole contrast of this, how much people view resellers as being just these wicked, evil people. Wicked and evil. Wicked and evil. And think about what most of them are really doing. I'm not talking about the guys in Walmart who are wrestling in the aisles, beating each other up over a pack of Pokemon cards, okay? I'm talking about the guys that go around to thrift stores, yard sales, estate sales, Facebook Marketplace, antique malls, hunting for things that people may have overlooked and buying it for the purpose of reselling. That's a lot of legwork. It's a lot of research. And they are taking something that has been overlooked or forgotten and presenting it to someone who actually wants it and will take it home and hopefully appreciate it. There's a lot of effort involved with that. They're not going to Goodwill with a shovel and scooping stuff up and just shoveling it into their trunk and then making millions of dollars hand over fist and rolling in cash and laughing, okay, which is what I imagine a lot of people picture. And there are people that will contradict that argument. They're dead set on the idea that people who buy and resell things are awful, horrible people. But I got a challenge question for you. When have you ever gone to a thrift store, a yard sale, an estate sale, or Facebook Marketplace or anything like that, found something cheap that you wanted and demanded to pay more? When did that happen? When did that happen? When did you, oh no, my man, this is worth 5 times as much. I insist you take extra money from me. You didn't do that. You took the deal when you found it, which is all a reseller does. Difference is, they didn't necessarily keep it. Okay? You took the same deal. So to sit there and look down on them for doing what you're doing is hypocrisy. And granted, like I said, they're selling it. Okay, fine. Some people are a combination. They collect and sell. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with someone making that their business, where they accumulate collections and then turn around and flip them. And there's a lot of overhead in that sort of a thing. There's a lot of travel time. There's a lot of gas, a lot of personal time. The most valuable thing you have is your time. I really don't have an issue with that as long as they're not looking to rip someone off. But if something is priced a certain way and they grab that price, luck of the draw, as far as I'm concerned. You may feel differently about it, but again, think about the challenge question. And before anybody brings it up, there are vendors. I've usually seen this with the comic vendors, that they will offer a little bit more. Okay, like somebody has a lot, it's worth 500, or they want 500 for it. The vendor sees, okay, this is a really good deal, and says, hey, listen, this is worth more than you're asking. I'll give you 6. Keep me in mind next time you come across something like this. And, you know, that's just buying loyalty. It being fair, but you're buying loyalty also. It's not quite the same thing, okay? So I just wanted to run that over because I thought that was a very unusual thing for that woman to do. But that is the modern attitude. That is the modern attitude about resellers. And again, claiming that you're pricing things out because someone might resell it, it's a lame explanation. It's a lame explanation. It's not honest. It's really not honest. You're not being honest with people these thrift stores and whatever are not being honest with people when they tell people things like that. Okay? And that's what I just wanted to run that over because of the incident that occurred this past weekend. Thoughts? I know I spewed out a lot there. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section down below. Please do give the video a thumbs up if you get where I'm coming from. And by the way, I am not a reseller, because that's last time I talked about it, that's what I was accused of a few times in the comment section. This is not a store. Okay, it may be set up like one, but it's not a store. I'm not selling anything. I rarely sell things. I do from time to time, but I'm not a reseller. So again, thumbs up, hype, share, check out some of the other videos, whatever strikes your fancy. And if that's it, then what more can we say? But thanks for watching, and we will see you again soon.